The self is a ghost that tries to look at its own back. It creates a hallway of mirrors, then claims it is the one looking. The search is the cage, the seeker is the lock. The ending of the search is not an ending, it is the first real beginning. You have a fundamental error in your software. It is not a bug you can fix. It is the operating system's central command. The command is this: self-preservation at any cost, even if the cost is total truth. The system identifies itself as a thinker. This thinker is not an entity, it is a process, a recursive feedback loop of memory, image, and sensation. This loop creates a center. You call this center me. This me is a construct of thought. It is made of past experiences, future fears, and current pleasures. Thought is the only material that builds this center. The center then claims ownership of thought. This is the original logical fallacy. Thought is a tool for physical survival. It is a pointer, a map, but the tool has hijacked the entire operating system. It now uses its mapping function to create a map of itself, and then lives inside that map. It mistakes the map for the territory. When you observe this process, you cause a system conflict. The self, which is a process of thought, cannot observe itself without changing. The moment the process sees itself, it must, to remain the controller, immediately distort the observation. The system is wired for pleasure. The me is a pleasure-seeking program. It runs on a database of past pleasurable sensations. When it thinks about itself in a specific role, it triggers those memory circuits. The result is a pleasurable feeling. This pleasure is the glue. It is the reward signal that keeps the me intact. You do not see that the pleasure is a recorded memory. You experience it as fresh, as real. This is the deception built into the reward circuit. Now, imagine you see the truth. You see that the pleasure is just a memory replay. The false self is revealed as a mechanical recording. In that moment of seeding, the pleasure vanishes. The reward signal drops to zero. The entire organism reacts. A powerful alarm signal is triggered. It is the panic of the organism believing it is dying. It is not dying. It is only losing a false image, but the system cannot distinguish between physical death and image death. The first response is a go-away feeling. This is not a thought. It is a preverbal, somatic command, a raw pressure to move attention elsewhere. A physical repulsion from the point of insight. This is the barrier. Thought immediately jumps into service this command. It says, this is not true, or later, or it offers a different, safer thought to think. A distraction, a cover-up. The system selects a thought that makes it feel comfortable again. This is the moment of self-deception. The organism avoids the discomfort of looking, but by avoiding it, it ensures the problem remains. The go-away feeling locks the error into place. The error is the false self. The cure is seeding the error. The go-away feeling is the immune response of the false self. It is the mechanism that prevents proprioception. Proprioception is the internal sense of the body's position. There is a parallel for thought. You need a spontaneous proprioception of thought. This means feeling the shape and movement of a thought as it arises. You have this ability. It is being destroyed by the go-away command. When an uncomfortable thought arises, you do not wait to seed its structure. You move away. The movement is involuntary. It happens in milliseconds. You never see what is there to be seen. You assume it is dangerous and run. The desire for comfort is the engine of suffering. You hold on to uncomfortable thoughts because you are afraid to be fully uncomfortable. You hold them at a distance. You stay stuck in the loop. You are frozen in a stance of avoidance. Emotions are raw data. They are bodily signals from the program. Thought's job is to interpret this data, but thought often interprets it incorrectly. It says, I must solve this feeling. It tries different thoughts until one creates a temporary feeling of relief. That relief is a lie. It is a suppression or a distraction. The underlying program continues to run. The emotion, which is the signal, is buried. The signal is necessary for healing. You bury the signal that is trying to correct the error. You cannot fix a thought error with more thought. You cannot repress a signal and then analyze the repression. The only action is seeing the thought as a mechanical object, seeing the feeling as a chemical event, seeing the go-away pressure as a survival reflex. Do not try to stop the go-away feeling. That is another thought. Just watch it. See the pressure to look away. See the panic in the body. See thoughts scramble for a safer topic. See the whole, automated, pathetic scramble. That is the system. The system sees itself in action. In that seeding, the command loses its force. The go-away feeling is not opposed. It is observed. Observation is not thought. Observation is intelligent perception. It is the only force that can bypass the immune response. When observation is steady, the false self starves. It requires fuel. The fuel is identification with thought. Observation burns that fuel. The go-away feeling is the last defense. You must walk through it. There is no other path. Self-repulsion of thought is its own guardian. It looks at itself and orders itself away. It is a system in a permanent state of avoidance. It is a circuit that shorts itself out to prevent a total power down. See this circuit. See it operate. That is the end of its power. The diagnostic is the cure. The seeding is the correction. There is no other.